Gabby, the happy holiday girl. Who says you have to wait until certain times of the year to get to celebrate? When every day's a holiday, we can combat stress and have more opportunities to have fun with our friends and family. Come, celebrate with me, and together we can live a holiday life. Hey, what's good, holiday lifers? It's your girl Gabby, and today is National Dress Up Your Pet Day. Guys, a day completely dedicated toward those cute Facebook, Twitter pictures that we see all the time. Dogs dressed up are just adorable, and they really just put a smile on our face. I don't know if it's possible to see a puppy in a little tutu or a tiara. I don't think it's possible to see one of those and not just give a quick smile. Now, I'm not necessarily all for completely putting our dogs in things like heavy sweaters for long periods of time. Maybe for short bits of time, like maybe just a few minutes for a cute photo op, or to attend a fun Halloween party or something where they're not overheated for too long. I think that's just fine. But I think we want to be careful not to leave our pets in things like sweaters for a long time. I imagine a tutu or something like that, it's not going to bother the dog. If you can get them to keep it on. Myself, I have a German Shepherd, guys, and my dog, guys, if I tried to put a sweater or anything on him, one, he's got a lot of hair because he's a German Shepherd. Two, he would just go bonker balls, guys. He would go nuts. That just is not for him. It'd be kind of cool if maybe if I had like a little hat or something I could put on him. But even still, I think he would hate the concept of me putting something on his head. Would probably try to tear it to shreds, and that would be the end of my $20 or $30 investment. So for me, myself personally, I am not going to put money into buying a costume for my dog today. However, I do have other ideas for how you can celebrate today, so make sure you stay tuned to the end of the podcast and find an alternative activity for today if you have a pooch who may or may not be interested in wearing clothing today. But let's not delay. Let's get into the episode of the day. It's time for our quote of the day. Guys, I really like this one a lot because I'm into a lot of mystical things like Reiki and whatnot. I believe that I'm supposed to be able to heal my family, and one of these days I will get to mastering my Reiki and become a master certified Reiki healer to make sure my children and my husband are always healthy. But I digress. That's a whole nother topic. The quote for the day is this: dogs don't make judgments about physical appearance or abilities, and they don't care how big your house is or what you do for a living. They care about the quality of your character and your capacity to love. That's by Elizabeth Eiler, Reiki master and author. Hence why I gave a mention to Reiki. It wasn't random, guys. I had a point. I was going somewhere with that. And I really like that quote, guys, because how great would it be if we didn't have judgments toward each other and we really were able to embody the type of love that animals give out? Honestly, guys, animals are a lot nicer than people can be. Dogs are extremely forgiving. You can come home kind of cranky and not necessarily want to pet your dog, not want to play. But honestly, that doesn't faze the dog. It may temporarily, they may be kind of sad, but after a few moments, the dog's usually happy and comes right back to you and wants to play. Now, it's kind of funny. Our animals have emotions. Like if we're away from the house for a long time and he's maybe indoors, just kind of chilling, maybe we have the window open so he can look outside or whatever. But if we aren't at home, my dog's emotional. He won't eat his food. He won't eat or drink water until we come back home. And so the fact that our animals show so much devotion and so much of their lives revolve around us really, I feel, is a nod toward God. I feel like God puts these animals and creatures around us to help teach us different aspects about himself and also how we should be toward each other. If in our marriages and in our families and in our parenting and in our friendships, we demonstrated the level of commitment that our dogs demonstrate toward us, our relationships would be so much stronger. They would be filled with so much more trust and intimacy and love because we know that the other person who we're giving our affections and attention to, we would know that they were just as dedicated to us as we are to them. So, and for another random fact I'm sure you've heard at some point in your life or you've thought about yourself, isn't it interesting that dog is God backwards? I like that because I feel like what dogs do is they embody the kind of love that God has for us in a physical form. So when we have a pet dog, or I guess a cat if you're a cat person or whatever kind of pet you have, but the animals that we exist around and that we give our attention to, those animals, I really do believe, are God's way of kind of giving us a God wink and playing with us and just finding a way physically and tangibly to demonstrate his love. Because throughout life, obviously, things can get really tough. And sometimes without the love and affection of a pet in our lives, we can be lonely. And so animals offer companionship. They offer loyalty, dedication, and courageousness. All qualities that would be fantastic if we as people could embody in ourselves. But guys, all work and no fun makes Gabby a bit of a dull girl. So I thought I'd introduce one of my holiday trivia questions of the day into our podcast. So here it goes. And now it's time for our trivia question of the day. Question number 1 is a history question. What culture of people first used dog tags as a way to adorn their precious pooches? Was it A, the Chinese, B, the Egyptians, C, the Mayans, or D, the Japanese? Once again, what culture? The questions are not available to the masses, so make sure you click on the subscribe link to get exclusive holiday trivia content now. The Egyptians, C, the Mayans, or D, the Japanese? And the answer is B, the ancient Egyptians. As far back as 3100 BC, nationaltoday.com says that collars were used as the first items of adornment on dogs in ancient Egypt. If you like today's trivia question and need more trivia in your life, make sure you look at the episode description on today's podcast. When you scroll down to the bottom of the description, you'll see a link to how you can subscribe to get exclusive holiday trivia content. Thanks in advance. Now let's get back to the podcast. In honor of National Dress Up Your Pet Day, I thought you guys would like a little bit of fun information about today, and maybe if you're a business owner or just a socialite, how you can use this day to maybe boost some of your listeners or followers or just friends interact a bit more. So apparently, according to NewYorkPetFashionShow.com, in 2019, the pet show itself reached over 35 million people. It's amazing that many people were tuning in to watch people dress up their pets. And so as I'm looking at the website right now, it's really pretty haute couture, I think is what it's called. It is so fashionable, guys. The people get dressed up. They're in costumes, masquerade, kind of facial masks and things like that. And their dogs, they are wearing like elegant gowns. Things that, these people are spending hundreds of dollars on getting these dogs dressed up, maybe even thousands of dollars for this fashion show. What's pretty cool about it is the fact that it is the world's largest pet fashion and animal rescue benefit that comes from their website. So I really appreciate that. I'm all for caring about the environment, and especially whenever it comes to things that maybe we people have done ourselves with overbreeding our dogs and allowing a lot of feral stray cats to roam our neighborhoods and kind of overpopulate. I'm for events like this that try to help get some of those cats and dogs and other pet types to get those things adopted. That's a wonderful cause. Actually, this past Christmas, my family, guys, we wanted to get another little puppy, but our 11-year-old dog just wasn't so interested in that at the time. So maybe in a few years, we'll get to adopting one of these precious pooches ourselves. And now it's time for our activity of the day. Guys, I know today is all about dressing up our pets. I don't know that I can, in all honesty, suggest us putting a lot of different heavy layers on our pooches. I think they might get a little bit hot, but I guess if you give them a haircut, they may be able to handle the temperature of adding a sweater to them, maybe for a little while. Me personally, I think that a fun activity for today is to grab a hand stamping kit. You can get them from Michael's or Joann's and make a cute pet tag for your animal. Honestly, I like to craft in my free time, so I have hand stamping kits and I make jewelry and things like that. So if it sounds like something fun you'd be interested in getting into, Michaels and Joann's always have different coupons, so search the internet, grab a coupon, go buy yourself a cute, affordable hand stamping kit, and make yourself a precious dog tag or cat tag for your pet today. So, what do you think? Are you down to have a pampered pooch in your life today? Head on over to aholidaylife.com now for more holiday fun. There you can sign up to receive a free monthly calendar full of fun holiday activities for every day. You can also leave me a voicemail of what you're doing to celebrate the holiday. You might be on my next episode. Also, if you like my podcast, please be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcast, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast from. You can follow me on social media by using @AHolidayLife on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest, and @AHolidayLife Podcast on Instagram. And for more holiday fun, head on over to my exclusive content holiday trivia podcast to give my trivia questions a shot. If you get 3 or more out of 5 questions correct, you're well on your way to becoming a holiday lifer. Until next time, keep celebrating the holidays, stay safe, and live a holiday life. I'll talk to you tomorrow.